Kate and Prince William condemn Hamas terror attacks on Israelis, saying they are profoundly distressed by the devastating events. The Prince and Princess of Wales have condemned Hamas terror attack on Israeli civilians, saying they are profoundly distressed by the devastating events that have unfolded in the past days. William visited Israel and Palestine in 2018, making him the first member of the British royal family to visit the Jewish state in an official capacity. The future king also met with Palestinian refugees during his visit to a camp in the West Bank and with the Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas in Ramallah. He and Kate have now decried the horrors committed by Hamas after the terrorists launched a bloody raid on border villages and a music festival on Saturday, with over 1,200 Israelis killed in the violence so far. Israel has since launched retaliatory strikes on the Gaza Strip and cut off electricity to the small area of land, which is home to over 2 million Palestinians, fueling fears that the impoverished population will be plunged into further misery. A spokesperson for the royal couple said in a statement, "As Israel exercises its right of self-defense, all Israelis and Palestinians will continue to be stalked by grief, fear and anger in the time to come." Their Royal Highnesses hold all the victims, their families and their friends in their hearts and minds. Those the Prince of Wales met in 2018 overwhelmingly shared a common hope, that of a better future. In the midst of such terrible suffering, the Prince and Princess continue to share that hope without reservation. The king earlier said he was appalled by and condemned the barbaric acts of terrorism in Israel, Buckingham Palace announced today. Charles is said to be extremely concerned about the situation and has asked to be actively updated in the wake of Hamas attacks. A palace spokesman said the monarch's thoughts and prayers were with all of those suffering, especially those who had lost loved ones. Israel has vowed unprecedented retaliation against the Palestinian terror group Hamas after its fighters stormed through the border fence on Saturday and shot hundreds of Israelis in their homes, on the streets and at an outdoor music festival. The Israeli government has launched a major retaliation of airstrikes on Gaza and stopped the passage of food, water, fuel and medicine into the territory. The hundreds of people killed in Hamas attacks includes 260 revelers gunned down at a music festival, and whole families, including children and babies, who were massacred in a kibbutz. Israeli airstrikes on Gaza have killed 900 Palestinians, according to the territory's health ministry. A Buckingham Palace spokesman said, "This is a situation His Majesty is extremely concerned about and he has asked to be kept actively updated." His thoughts and prayers are with all of those suffering, particularly those who have lost loved ones, but also those actively involved as we speak. He added, "His Majesty is appalled by and condemns the barbaric acts of terrorism in Israel." UK Foreign Secretary James Cleverly arrived in Israel today to show Britain's unwavering solidarity with their Middle East ally. Officials said he will meet survivors of the attacks and senior Israeli leaders to outline UK support for Israel's right to defend itself. Mr. Cleverly said today that a significant number of British Israeli nationals had been caught up in the conflict, which has already claimed at least 2,100 lives on both sides. At least 17 British nationals are currently feared dead or missing, the BBC reported, citing an official source. Previous estimates put the figure at 10. A Foreign Office spokesman. The Foreign Secretary has arrived in Israel today to demonstrate the UK's unwavering solidarity with the Israeli people following Hamas terrorist attacks. He will be meeting survivors of the attacks and senior Israeli leaders to outline UK support for Israel's right to defend itself. Today, Israeli forces conducted 250 airstrikes in just 1 hour across northern and eastern parts of the Gaza Strip. The UK and US governments have given firm backing to Benjamin Netanyahu's administration in the wake of the incursion by Palestinian terrorists. Mr. Cleverly's visit to Israel comes amid fears that the conflict, which has already claimed at least 2,100 lives on both sides, could escalate further. The UK government has not confirmed any figures for those believed dead or missing, pointing to the fast-moving situation in the region. Among those known to have died is Nathaniel Young, 20, who was serving in the Israeli army when he was killed during Hamas attack. Bernard Cowan, who grew up around Glasgow, also died. Jack Marlowe, 26, who went to the same London school as Mr. Young, is believed to be missing, while photographer Dan Darlington is feared dead. A post from Mr. Darlington's sister Shelley on social media said he was murdered at Nir Oz, a kibbutz in southern Israel. His death has not been officially confirmed.